Before we continue the retop process for our face, I do want to kind of go over some basic uh, understanding of topology for heads. Uh, Ultimately, our head is not going to be 100% ready for facial animation, but we can kind of put some of the best practices um, in play for our character. So, Um, the couple things we're gonna want to focus on is just creating the proper circles around the different areas of the face, and not every face has the same edge flow, right? The different proportions of the head can also kind of affect the way you create your topology. So our character does have a lot bigger eyes. The spacing between uh, the nose and stuff is different, so um, it will be different than what you see out there. But we will kind of generally use some of the big points of facial topology, and so those are creating these major circles. So it's going to be the circles around the eyes, around the mouth, right, around the ear, and then it's going to be around the neck. So we're going to create the proper kind of topology around the neck here. And so by establishing those major circles, it kind of guarantees that our edge flow will flow the proper way. Now all the surrounding topology will just have to merge to each other as best as we can. And in some cases it might work like this image. In other cases it's going to be different based on our character's facial proportions. So now in Blender here, we're going to want to focus on the front part of the face first. Then we'll kind of create the other parts afterwards. So um, first things first, we're going to create our mouth loop. So we're going to go back into our strokes tool. And then we're going to draw control and draw a line that kind of goes around the mouth area, right? Something like that. Um, then I will make sure it has 8 sides. Cool. And then I'm going to go back to our polypane and just adjust some of these points here. Um, just kind of fix the spacing a little bit. Make sure the center points meet. I want to put this one in the corner of the nose here. This one's probably going to align with this vert right here. And then this one goes over here. All right, just kind of spacing them out a little bit more evenly. There we go. Something like that. Then again with our strokes tool here, we're going to go ahead and create another circle that kind of goes around the lips, and make sure that one also has 8 here. Okay. Actually, let me undo that. Making sure this is selected. There we go. Making sure that is selected. There we go. I double clicked on the edge loop to select it all, and then I went ahead and drew the line again. So now here I can go back and kind of start adjusting this. This point will go to the corner of the mouth. Then this one will go on the bottom lip. This one will go on the top lip. And so then that means this bottom edge will line up with this top edge. This top edge will line up with this bottom edge. All right, then I can go ahead and just start fixing the spacing here. Cool, something like that. All right. That means I might have to adjust some other spacing over here. We'll see. This can all kind of transform itself as we keep kind of working on this. Okay. So now let's go ahead and kind of connect these. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch. Oh, I already have my poly pen. I can kind of start building these faces here. Cool. There we go. I can just manually go and just adjust some of this stuff here. Probably push this down a little bit. Okay. All right. Just want to double check my spacing here. Oops. Want to go ahead and start kind of connecting this stuff here as well. Oopsie. Want to make sure this one's selected. Go something like that. There we go. Then we can kind of close this part here. And then just make sure our nose is there. Okay. Something like that. Cool. And so now we want to go back to our strokes here and draw another line that goes here. Oh, I forgot to select this one. Just want to select these here and then draw this out again. Oops, it selected more than what I wanted. I'm just shift selecting that. There we go. And I want to go back and merge these together. Kind of start pushing the flow out this way. Push these a little bit down. Kind of being mindful of our overall spacing here. The reason I'm pushing these out is because I do want to add an edge loop right here. Right here that goes alongside here. And to do that, we're going to go into our loop cut tool. We're going to add an edge loop there. Then if we go back into our poly pen here, we can go into our cleanup and then just do selected, and you will see it kind of snap into place. See, as we rotate here, you can see kind of the edge loop sticking to that surface. Sweet. Okay. Then the last thing here is we want to create an edge loop that goes around here. So I'm going to go ahead and select these edges, go back into our strokes, and draw another edge loop. There we go. Oops. Gotta merge these together. There we go. I'm just gonna make a little bit of a pass here and just make sure my spacing is looking okay from all angles. Definitely wanna fix this here. You can also use the relax tool that they have, and it should help you relax some of these edges a little bit. You can reduce the strength if you don't want it to affect it too much. I'm probably gonna go like 0.5. Then you can also use the tweak brush here. Which is pretty neat to help you kind of make some adjustments. Like if it was a sculpting brush. But then here we actually want to make sure this edge loop lines up with our smile. Oops. Well, I definitely want to work on this side. Whichever one is your original side, that's the one where the tool should act the most normal. Kind of start pushing this down. Right, so as you start adding more topology, you will have to kind of make adjustments so it all kind of flows better together. But yeah. Then last but not least is going to be the nose here. So for this, we're going to use the poly pen. We're going to create a point here in the middle. Okay. A point here on the side. Another one here. Oop. I messed that one up. We want to do one in the middle, one here, and then connect it to that corner. All right, making sure that these connect in the center. Then we're going to select this one, click below it, click in the center, and then make another face there. Then we want to connect this on the side. Cool. And then this one at the bottom. Sweet. We're starting to get there. Now I want to add an edge loop around here. So let's go back into our loop cut, add our edge loop, go back into our poly pen, go up to our cleanup and do selected. There we go. And now we can kind of look at it from the bottom angle here and kind of shape up our nostrils here a little bit more. Go. Maybe you can push it back a little bit. And then definitely push this back. Push this back. Push this down. Something like that. All right. I'm probably gonna move these in move these in a little bit more. Okay. Something like that. Right. Mm, I'm debating whether I should add an edge loop here. I think we're okay for now. We'll roll with this. Now we want to create the nostrils. So in order to do that, I'm going to go into our select tool here, select our faces, and then use that inset. Cool. Go back into our poly pen and then kind of shape this up. Something like that. And now we can go back, select our faces, and then we're gonna go and extrude along normals, shoot that in, go back into our poly pen, and then just adjust our points. There we go. Something like that. And I think that is a pretty good spot to be in with the front of the face. Next up, we'll uh, look on the side view here and start creating our ear and starting to connect some of this stuff.